What's up, Quinnipiac community? We're the Coasters. My name is Chris Betros. I'm from Southington, Connecticut. I'm in the 3+1 finance program at Quinnipiac.
My name's Christian Hugo. I'm from Southington, Connecticut. I'm in the 3+1 track for business undeclared students.
I'm Joseph Dean. I'm from Barnstead, New Hampshire, and I'm part of the 3+1 Undeclared Business Program.
I'm Oliver Aiello. I'm from Ocean Township, New Jersey, and I am in the business undeclared for the 4+1 program.
I'm Tim. I'm currently a freshman from Woodstock, Connecticut, and I'm in the 3+1 accounting program.
So our product that we kind of ended up on was making coasters. We really thought of this idea pretty early on in the semester when we were just talking as a group. We are thinking about dorm essentials, things that we could sell to both students and parents. That was one of the big things we looked at. And we felt that coasters would be pretty cheap to do, wouldn't be too expensive. We wouldn't have to put as much of our money in, and we'd be able to get a good return, and we'd have a lot of different customers. And our design initially would be a QU. Not so it'd be a Quinnipiac type theme, and we would paint over a wooden coaster with spray paint was our initial thoughts.
So our production phase started off with spray painting QU logo over wooden coasters, but it wasn't very coming out properly. So we decided to switch over to a sticker heat press that we put onto the wood and then put 2 coats of polyurethane right over it.
So as our product continued, we sent out a survey that ended up getting 76 responses. And one big thing we got from the survey was that 89.3% of people said that they would prefer to buy a set of 4 as opposed to a singular coaster. And after surveying what price people were willing to pay, we decided to sell 15 for a set of 4. And this would result in 1060 in profit per sale. However, after we started actually selling, we realized many people were interested in just buying one coaster. So we also decided to sell one coaster for $5, and this would be $3.90 per sale of one coaster.
Our value proposition was the lack of coasters in dorm rooms. On the first day when we decided to do coasters, we all went back to our dorms. We all looked at our desks. We all saw a bunch of drink marks all over the desk. And we kind of thought it was gross, kind of got grossed out of it. So that's when we decided to fully commit to the coasters. We noticed that just our roommates tend to put beverages on the ground or on towels, which really isn't ideal. And as far as we're aware, no one else has done coasters. So we wanted to be unique while also being able to ship quick as the same day shipping on Mount Carmel campus.
So, moving on to our customer segments and relationships, our two biggest target audience was mostly Quinnipiac students because they kind of just we wanted to solve a problem that most of the students didn't know they had until it was too late with like the glass rings on the desks, stuff like that. So we planned to interact, and we did, with customers through student I mean through door-to-door selling and word of mouth. And this is how we have current interest and how we plan to gain interest.
So as we talked about a little bit previously, we had our survey. We had 76 responses in our survey, which was a little bit more than we actually expected. And as we said earlier, based on our survey results, most people would have preferred a set of 4. But when we actually talked to more people, we found that a lot of the people outside of the student body would prefer a set, while the student body, since they were really only buying for themselves or maybe one other roommate, they would rather purchase individual coasters instead. So we were able to kind of make it work and be able to sell both sets and singular coasters because of the information that we gathered both from the survey and from word of mouth as well. We also talked about different materials. The most important they said would be to use out of wood. We gave other options like glass, which would have been a lot harder to work with, but a lot of people said that wood would match the best with their different their rooms and the stuff that they wanted to design, so it would be best for that. Lastly, we kind of looked at just the interest, and we had at least 81% of people were semi-interested in a Quinnipiac themed coaster, and about 50% were very interested. So that was really good numbers to see.
So these are some of our expenses. So the coasters can be bought off of Amazon for $78.49, and this gives us 72 wooden coasters, and this for $1.09 per coaster. And the other thing we had to purchase was spray paint and polyurethane, and this gave us a total expenses of 150.83.
So we experienced a couple of different kind of challenges, but starting with early on in our like whole phase, we experienced shipping difficulties, and it led to us purchasing a completely new set of coasters because the first one got lost in transit. We still have no clue where that is, so we got a refund luckily, but that was a big problem. We started making coasters the week before Thanksgiving, so we didn't have a lot of time to get everything done, and it takes a few days for everything to dry and all that. So luckily, we had Joe take him home over Thanksgiving break and finish it up, and we got to sell a decent amount of coasters, all of them pretty much. So
So for the marketing route, we decided to use AI to generate videos. And at the end of the slideshow, you'll see one of our videos where we use the Quinnipiac Bobcat mascot to show our coaster and to show the pricing and everything and where they could find us. We also had one of our videos get around 8,000 views, which was an amazing hit. Really got us some great exposure. We had people noticing us online. I know people came up to Oliver because he was in the video. And so that was good recognition. We also promoted this around campus to our families and stuff. And that's really where we saw success.
So we actually ended up selling out in the end of our supply that we actually were able to made, and we gained about $35. Initially it was 20, and then we made another sale of another whole set for 15 more. Um, we sold them actually very quickly. Both Oliver and myself, we already pre-planned on selling a lot to our families, so we already talked to a lot of them about it. So that's where we were able to get most of our sales. And Chris's video actually got some sales as well. So we kind of just split up all the work. We actually ran out of coasters. We probably could have, if we had more coasters, we probably could have sold them pretty easily as well. So we ended up with a total of $185.
All right, so this is what we learned in a lesson from each of us. So the first thing I put was be proactive and avoid decision fatigue. Being proactive is something that I wrote about in the first assignment we had for this course, and it's probably something I'm going to write about in the final. But it's just very important, especially when you're creating business. But what I feel was more important was avoiding decision fatigue. So as we said, the first meeting, we decided to make coasters. Yeah, we didn't order them for weeks because we didn't know what we wanted. We didn't know what shape we wanted, the circle, the material, just things like that. And so if we just would have ordered coasters that first night, we would have at least had the coasters and we would have been able to do something with them.
The thing that I learned was that things never go according to plan, like the shipping process and getting all the material, and then what we wanted to make it out of and how it was made.
I think one of the most important things that I learned about the entire process was how a business requires, it really required all five of us to do our own parts. We looked at the marketing aspect. We really got our videos out there. We got our product out there. Chris did a lot of work in that. Tim really managed our money perfectly. He kind of gave us the best opportunity to not go into debt with trying to start this micro business. And Oliver started and Joe finished all of the production process, as well as everybody had to go and sell. So we really just kind of worked all together to kind of get this product finalized. And I think that's kind of why our business was able to make a profit in the end, even after all of the difficulties that we kind of came across.
yeah, so I kind of talked about how creating the perfect business takes time and it doesn't come on the first try, which kind of goes along with everything in life. Nothing comes on the first try. You kind of got to work for everything you do and earn it, no matter how hard it takes.
So for what I said, I've learned was that when mass production's executed correctly, it can lead to efficient creation and consistent quality and increased profits, which we did see an incredible amount after Thanksgiving break when Joe brought all the coasters home and got them all done. So really, when we put our minds to it, we really got to it, and I think we were able to sell out. And when they got to Quinnipiac, we were able to sell it in less than 2 days. So I'd say the coasters were a pretty great success.
Uh, if you're interested in any coasters, as of right now, we're not gonna produce any, but we're still thinking about it. Yeah, but if you're interested, reach us out on our Instagram page, DM one of us.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Oh, hey, Bobcat Nation, you drink coffee? Of course you do. Don't put that beautiful mug on a sad napkin. Boom! Quinnipiac wooden coasters, 4-pack, $15. That's like what, half a latte each? They're wicked absorbent. Spills gone.